The Bakersfield Californian is a great read on the iPad, but did you know that the Bakersfield Californian is available on your Kindle Fire? Or how about Google's Nexus 7, the Nook? You bet! You can also read a full replica of the newspaper on your Android-powered smartphone, on Apple's iPhone, or on your laptop. We have a solution for any device. E-Edition is free for subscribers, or just $7.99 a month. The Bakersfield Californian. We're everywhere and anytime. Subscribe today. Bakersfield.com.
Hi, Corey Costello here, host of Roadrunner Rundown, Tuesdays, 10 a.m. right here on bakersfield.com. It's the official program of CESUB Athletics. We bring you inside the program with interviews with coaches and student athletes. Of course, everybody's favorite Corey versus. I mean, people like to see me in embarrassing athletic situations. And, of course, we'll have all the highlights from around the Roadrunners as well. So join us for Roadrunner Rundown, Tuesdays, 10 a.m. right here on bakersfield.com.
Be aware, be connected, be enriched, be encouraged, be fit, be active, be seen, be successful, be wonderful, be wholesome, be amazing, be an example, be the cause, be the cure, be involved, be wise, be happy, be healthy. Be Well, a Bakersfield magazine, quarterly inside the Bakersfield Californian, free with home delivery and on Bakersfield newsstands. Also online at BeWellMagazine.com.
Introducing a new way to get the news. The Bakersfield Californian e-edition. It's not a website, it's the actual Bakersfield Californian right on your laptop, tablet computer, even your smartphone. All the news, features, pictures, and ads you're used to right at your fingertips. Now you can get the Californian on your schedule, anytime, anywhere, any place. Get your new Bakersfield Californian e-edition today. Visit eedition.bakersfield.com.
Current Business Journal contains news and information from local business leaders and organizations. Topics include agriculture, health and medical, energy, transportation, and more. Visit currentbusinessjournal.com to find out how to subscribe or where to pick up a free copy. To inquire about advertising in the bi-monthly Business Journal, call 395-7586. Find us online on Facebook and Twitter, as well as on currentbusinessjournal.com.
Bakersfield Life magazine is a monthly lifestyle publication that features local people, places, and businesses. It is available to be read on bakersfieldlife.com and publishes the last Saturday of the month with many convenient pickup locations. Find us online on Facebook or Twitter, as well as bakersfieldlife.com.
Introducing a new way to get the news. The Bakersfield Californian e-edition. It's not a website, it's the actual Bakersfield Californian right on your tablet computer, laptop, even your smartphone. All the news, features, pictures, and ads you're used to right at your fingertips. Now you can get the Californian on your schedule, anytime, anywhere, any place. Get your new
Save 50 to 90% with the Bakersfield Californian's Daily Deal featured on bakersfield.com. A daily deal is offered each weekday on services from local restaurants, dry cleaners, health and beauty services, retail shops, and local activities for the entire family. The Daily Deal is 100% local. Find these amazing deals only at dailydeal.bakersfield.com.
Introducing TBC Mobile from the Bakersfield Californian. The most complete news, sports, weather, video, opinion, and lifestyle coverage in Bakersfield and Kern County. It's the easiest way to stay up to date on all things local while on the go. Read it on your smartphone or tablet. Download now by searching Bakersfield Californian in the Apple, Google, and Amazon app stores.
From the studios of the Bakersfield Californian, it's time to open up with real people and real talk about real stuff. And now, a special welcome to our friends throughout California, across the nation, and around the world to this week's edition of Open Up.
Good morning. It's time to open up. I'm Tina Miller.
And I'm Don Clark, your favorite pair on the air. And, you know, at last count, we had viewers in 19 countries out there. We want to welcome you and thank you for staying with us. We really appreciate that.
Yes, we do. And I said good morning, but some of you may be good night.
How so? Oh, yeah.
Yes. Okay, so from Bakersfield to Boston, from Tehachapi to Turkey, welcome to Open Up.
You bet.
Don, we have a fabulous show. Let me just say, next week, I'd like to just throw this out there. We will have a man on the show who has written a book that is running #1 on Amazon. So I've never heard that before, but it is. So you'll meet him next week.
Oh, you got to give us the title.
Oh, the title is 50 Shades of Grace, Grace. So the movie
#1.
Yes, running #1 on Amazon. I was shocked.
So neck and neck with the movie.
Yes.
All right.
We're looking forward to that. So what do we got today?
Well, listen, this is very interesting. Our first guest is not here, and I'll tell you why he's not here. Our first guest was none other than Coach Jim White of McFarland, the man who led his track team to 9 state championships.
Ooh.
Just a little school, a 700-member school, winning all of these championships. And the reason Jim is not here, we've been in touch all leading up to this show. He called me last night. He'd just flown in from Texas.
Oh.
Disney has had Jim White all over this nation. I mean, all these special previews for the NCAA and so many other kind of specialty groups. And Jim says, I've seen the movie 7 times and I've cried at the end every time.
Oh.
Of course, Jim White being played by Kevin Costner, and they really do look alike. It's really astonishing how much Jim White and Kevin Costner look alike. We've had one of the previews here in town. Costner was here, very kindly came and spent his time here. And so, but what I want to do just now is just show a clip of the movie, one of the previews of the movie, and then I just want to just chat about Jim for just a minute. So go ahead, Chris. Chris McCullah, our producer, roll that.
This is a farming town. These kids working here are invisible. They come from the fields and they go back to the fields. Mr. White, if we're going to reach him, now's the time.
Have a good day.
I'm Coach White, your new PE teacher. Diaz. Popular name where you guys come from?
White. That a popular name where you come from?
All right, run a lap. Go.
They're fast.
They are. Cross-country running. California is holding their first state championship this year.
You do understand we don't have a cross-country team?
Yep.
You've coached cross-country before?
No.
You competed in high school, maybe?
No.
Well, you sound perfect.
Anybody seen Danny?
Danny Diaz? Hey, we needed 7. Yeah, 7 runners, not 6 runners, and Danny Diaz.
Hey, you're our anchor, Danny, and not because you're fat. And you are a little fat, okay? So we better lose some weight. Let's go. Just try and remember, lowest score wins. Play golf.
We don't got a country club. We don't even got a Kmart.
Didn't know McFarland had a team.
4th place, that's not too shabby.
4th out of 4, also known as last.
Better luck next time, boys.
This is gonna come down to which runners can handle the pain. Let's hit it again.
Mr. White, each hour that my boys train with you, they do not work with me. That's food off our table.
No one stays in McFarland unless they have to. There ain't nothing American dream about this place.
I'm guessing running's the best thing you've got. Me too. What's going on?
Team fundraiser. My boys need new uniforms. You are a good man, so I'm helping you. Okay, now go shower.
I'll be honest with you. The odds are stacked against us. You guys are superhuman. There's nothing you can't do with that kind of strength, with that kind of heart. Let's go show them how it's done.
Mind your pace! I wanna tear down the walls that hold me inside.
Uno, dos, tres. Tell Tell your father it was an honor to be invited into his home.
Dad, he said it was an honor to be invited into your home.
Tell him I say thanks.
Well, the streets have no name.
You
Yay,
know,
McFarlane, USA.
I've seen probably every Costner movie that's ever been made. I've never seen a Costner movie I did not totally enjoy. But this might just be the most memorable one he's ever going to do, other than Dances with Wolves. I mean, that's such a classic. But anyway, Coach Jim White, there's a little backstory I want you to know about this. Coach Jim White is very proud of the 9 championships that his team won, but with a really note of, well, I don't want to call it bitterness, but he just said, we should have won 12. We should have won 12, and the reason they didn't win 12 was that some sports administrators, some sports bureaucrat out there decided, well, you guys are just winning too much. And so they bumped them up into a whole another level. So now a school of 700 is competing against schools of 3,000, 5,000, and it just was not fair. And so what that did was deny to other classes of kids out in McFarland, young men out in McFarland, the right to truly be recognized for the hard work that they put in. So that's kind of the backstory. But anyway, Jim White's out there in his community right now, having a gazebo dedicated to him, and we wish him well.
And I hear there's a song dedicated to me in the
There's a
in the
song
show today.
dedicated actually to you and me, and we have a wonderful little group here that have made up a song just for us. I think it lasts about 10 seconds long, but let's hear it. How about that?
Yes, guys!
What do you think about that?
I love it!
Open up. We got our theme song now.
Yes! I like the beat, too. Up, 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 up. Wow, Don, okay. I am so excited now. I want to say, first of all, please, Don, we have these delicious drinks here from
Always.
Nature's Fruit Market and Juice
Always.
Bar. Always. We want to thank them so very much. Don is drinking the Alibaba. I am drinking a mixture of something with beets in it, and I'm sure it's good. So anyway, thank you to Chuck and Wendy Noss, 2008 Street, the best in the health business. And Don, look at our cute little promotional squeezies, but stress balls.
You know, I've squeezed that so much I can't even shake hands anymore.
Are you serious?
I've injured myself.
Don, this is supposed to be helpful. And we have one for everyone in our studio today.
Right.
So what are we talking about now?
Well, Coach White couldn't be here, but we have a wonderful guest. Well, we've just come to a break, and you're going to meet our guest when we come back. We'll be right back.
I think he says 2 minutes, Chris.
Oh, did you? I'm sorry, Chris. Oh, okay.
2 minutes. We can hear a little bit.
Let's get our introduction here.
Okay.
We don't have Coach White with us, but who we do have is Ziggy Siegfried, who is the interim athletic director of CSUB, and totally committed to the development of young athletes and to fine young citizens and men. And Ziggy, so good to have you.
Yeah, thanks for having me, and I can't wait to see the movie.
Me either.
You know, we have a CSUB former student athlete who is going to be part of that movie. I've been reading more about him. I hope to meet him soon. But Johnny Samanigo, my understanding, he was part of the first state championship team at McFarland. So there's a connection there.
And went right on into college. And so many of these young men, they're the first ones to ever, from their family, to go on to college and go on to things.
Absolutely. And I truly believe that we do, that athletics, you know, can change people's lives. And our student athletes, just like Johnny, are making a huge impact in this community. So I have a good job.
Tina and I got to meet personally 4 of those runners, and
Yes.
you know, it's their sons and daughters that are going on in that athletic tradition and carrying on that kind of discipline and moving forward with their lives. And by the way, excuse me, frogging up here. McFarland USA opens tonight here in Bakersfield, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, the Maya Theater, sneak previews, and then tomorrow it runs all day long and on as long as it runs here. So anyway, Ziggy, you really do have a great job, and you have a passion for your job. It's not just like you come to work and have a job. You come to work and you have a mission, a purpose. Tell us it's inspiring to see a guy with that much passion for what he does.
Yeah, well, I've seen firsthand the impact that higher education can have on individuals, and I believe I shared the story with you about my mom, who had my sister and I pretty young. She decided to go back to school after she had us, got her degree in accounting, and she basically moved from doing office work all the way up to becoming a CFO of an international company. So I've seen firsthand the impact that higher education can make. And I'm telling you, there's many stories just like my mom that are happening right now in our athletics
Family
department.
background is here in Kern County?
It's not. Memphis, Tennessee. That's where my country accent comes from.
Elvis. And your mom loved Elvis, I understand.
Yeah, everyone in Memphis pretty much loves Elvis. So it's he's a good guy.
Well, we're going to take a break, and we're going to hear some of these stories, but we're going to hear from our little trio here. I don't think they're going to sing Elvis, but they've got something for us. Take it away, guys.
I have four boys. And with one of them who is going to be learning to drive, it is very important to have good insurance.
When we bundled our car insurance and our home insurance, we saved hundreds of dollars.
You don't have to dial 1-800, please hold. Personal Express is really, really nice, good people.
Personal Express Insurance, low rates with the local advantage.
On Truxton Extension, and now open in the marketplace.
Introducing TBC Mobile from the Bakersfield Californian. The most complete news, sports, weather, video, opinion, and lifestyle coverage in Bakersfield and Kern County. It's the easiest way to stay up to date on all things local while on the go. Read it on your smartphone or tablet. Download now by searching Bakersfield Californian in the Apple, Google, and Amazon app stores.
Save 50 to 90% with the Bakersfield Californian's daily deal featured on bakersfield.com. A daily deal is offered each weekday on services from local restaurants, dry cleaners, health and beauty services, retail shops, and local activities for the entire family. The daily deal is 100% local. Find these amazing deals only at dailydeal.bakersfield.com.
Introducing a new way to get the news. The Bakersfield Californian e-edition. It's not a website, it's the actual Bakersfield Californian right on your laptop, tablet computer, even your smartphone. All the news, features, pictures, and ads you're used to right at your fingertips. Now you can get the Californian on your schedule, anytime, anywhere, any place. Get your new Bakersfield Californian e-edition today. Visit eedition.bakersfield.com.
Bakersfield Life magazine is a monthly lifestyle publication that features local people, places, and businesses. It is available to be read on bakersfieldlife.com and publishes the last Saturday of the month with many convenient pickup locations. Find us online on Facebook or Twitter, as well as bakersfieldlife.com.
Kern Business Journal contains news and information from local business leaders and organizations. Topics include agriculture, health and medical, energy, transportation, and more. Visit kernbusinessjournal.com to find out how to subscribe or where to pick up a free copy. To inquire about advertising in the bi-monthly Business Journal, call 395-7586. Find us online on Facebook and Twitter, as well as on kernbusinessjournal.com.
Guys, sorry. Did You bet. Casper and Lily Halloway, they're from Tehachapi, came down the mountain to be with us today. We really love, and they are just as cool in person as they are on the air.
I know.
I'll tell you. All right, we want to pay honor to the businesses that stand with us and help support us and keep us on the air. Here we go, Chris. First of all, a special thanks to DB and Company Printing and Marketing. Right next door to Happy Jack's. We're talking Dave Bass here, and Dave is the guy that enables other businesses to come on for free because he sponsors this whole segment so that they can come on and tell the world about themselves. So Dave Bass, DB and Company, thank you. Now Legal Shield, folks, you've got health insurance, you've got car insurance, you've got motorcycle insurance, you've got all kinds of insurance. You really need legal insurance, the kind of insurance that you don't have to worry about the $200 an hour billing when you've got a problem and you need to talk to a lawyer. They can take care of you. So just jot down that cell number, make this call, and find out what they can do for you. 707-537-5881. And I think we've got, there you go.
Yes, we'd also like to thank our friends over at Kern Construction and Electric Incorporated. We're talking about Robert Miller, longtime resident of Bakersfield. Robert specializes in remodeling of homes and businesses, and he can be contacted at 661-322-5554. Thank you, Robert.
And he's doing a lot of work at our place, and boy, it's looking good. I'll tell you, we're glad we've got him around.
And we're glad to hear that.
All right, back to our guest, Ziggy Siegfried, the interim director athletic director at CSUB here in Bakersfield. And Ziggy, there are a lot of folks here in town. Hope you're not just interim, that you might be permanent. But what I'm impressed with you is it really doesn't matter to you if you're permanent or. And we talked about what Leonard Bernstein said. What's the most difficult instrument to play in an orchestra? It's second fiddle. And he's content to play second fiddle just to be part of it. But we're hoping you're first fiddle before this is done.
Well, I appreciate that. And it is. I love coming to work every day. I mean, it's all about impact for me and just impact on our student athletes. As we continue to put the focus on our student athletes, everything else, is second fiddle, I guess you would say. It's what my passion is, and we have some wonderful stories. And like I said, I wake up every morning driving from East out to CSUB, and I just can't wait to get there that day and make an impact.
It's such a cliche. Athletes are dumb, and they go through skate on, little teeny courses that don't amount to anything. But you really stress academic rigor for your student athletes, and tell us about their achievements in that area.
Yeah, absolutely. And our student athletes, just so you know, perform on they have higher GPAs than the general student body. And we've made a huge investment in the academic support of our student athletes. It's paid off. For instance, we came into the year with a cumulative GPA of a 2.87. And I said, we've got to get that up to a 3, which is lofty. It's a lofty goal. But after just one quarter, we're already up to a 2.94. Also, last year in the spring, and I'm going to give you a better number here in a second, but last year we had 109 of our student athletes who had a 3.0 GPA or above. We have 315 student athletes. Mm-hmm. This fall, we jumped up to 158 of our 315 student athletes with the 3.0 GPA or above. So they're performing in the classroom. They're also performing on the field. So I'm very proud with what we have at CSUB.
Boy, and given their schedules, that's really an achievement because they're practicing, they're traveling, they're doing all of these other things and still keeping their grades up. It's amazing.
It is. They are nonstop. When they're on the road, they're studying. We have huge amount of tutoring support for them. We send academic advisors often on the road trips with them, and they're just disciplined. And I think that's what you get from a lot of student athletes. They have that discipline to take advantage of every minute of the day, and that's what I believe our student athletes do.
Boy, that's a formula for success in any field, and not just athletes, but being disciplined about time. Give us some of your success stories.
Yeah, and I have several. I was trying to think of the ones I might share, but we just had a women's basketball player who set our all-time scoring record. Name is Tiana Outland. And everyone is starting to see her in the paper and stuff. Wow, she's now the all-time leading scorer. What they don't know is her background. She grew up in Compton. Her mom, single parent. She basically lived with her mom sometimes. She lived with her grandma. She was homeless several times. And while she found friends who might have taken to drugs, she took to the basketball court. Started playing her freshman year in basketball in high school. They just retired her jersey. But let's fast forward a little bit. Tiana, not only is she performing on the court, she's already received her degree before she's even finished playing in criminal justice, going to move on to get her master's degree. And she's just a phenomenal story, and she's one of many. We have our SAC president, Student Athletics Advisory Committee President Lauren Kaufman. She's on the swim team. Well, I had no idea for the last 3 years that she's also a first-generation student. And she is going to make a huge impact in this community. I mean, everyone knows her. She does hundreds of hours of community service in addition to swimming, in addition to doing well in the classroom. So, I mean, that's just two of many stories that I could share with you.
Ziggy, I know that there's a way that our viewers, particularly here in Kern County, can really be a part of that and can really engage with what you're doing out there. Tell us about that, about scholarships for student athletes and what the local community can do to support that.
Yeah, absolutely. So right now we have what's called the Roadrunner Scholarship Fund. That's a fund where we pay for all of our student athlete scholarships. We're allowed we have 50% right now of our scholarships funded. So the Tiana Outlands, the Lauren Kaufman, the numerous other success stories, we could double that. And where that's going to come is from the community, and they can make a huge impact. And I think it's important to know 67% of our student athletes stay right here in Kern County. So they're not just moving back home. They're staying here. They, just like I have, they fall in love with Bakersfield. Because we have people that just refuse to go back home after they come here. So the Roadrunner Scholarship Fund, we have people that contribute anywhere from $100 all the way up to funding full scholarships. So that is a way that someone can make an immediate impact in our department, for our student athletes, for our community. So I love talking about our student athlete scholarships.
Your students staying here reminds me of what our mayor says is no one ever comes to Bakersfield of their own free will, but no one ever leaves of their own free will. Once they get here, they come to understand what a special place this is. Ziggy, very quickly, you also are doing a life skills training for your students, and even the community can be involved in that.
Absolutely. We just, for the first time ever, we started a life skills program. We have a life skills coordinator, and we are trying to get community members to come when we do networking events, when we're going to have our first ever leadership academy this summer, and tons of programs that are going on. So I'd love for people to contact me. We could get them plugged in, and once they meet our student athletes and see the impact that they can make, they're going to jump right on board.
Talk a little bit more about that life skills program.
Yeah, so the life skills program is to holistically develop our student athletes.
Okay.
Over and beyond academics, over and beyond in competition. So we're training them on etiquette. We're training them on speaking engagements. I know you'll be talking soon about financial literacy. Financial literacy is something that we're training our student athletes on. Again, we want to make sure that they are 100% prepared. I say this a lot. I don't want their glory days to be right now. I want their glory days to be down the road. And that's what this life skills program helps with.
What a worthy vision. Well, listen, when we come back, we're going to be talking about financial literacy. I think so many are financially illiterate, and but there's a way to solve that.
Yes.
So let's hear a little bit more music, and then we'll be right back.
what they've done to me. And I don't wanna hurt you. Stay away from me. My name is Trouble.
Bakersfield Californian is a great read on the iPad. But did you know that the Bakersfield Californian is available on your Kindle Fire? Or how about Google's Nexus 7, the Nook? You bet. You can also read a full replica of the newspaper on your Android-powered smartphone, on Apple's iPhone, or on your laptop. We have a solution for any device. E-Edition is free for subscribers, or just $7.99 a month. The Bakersfield Californian. We're everywhere and anytime. Subscribe today. Bakersfield.com.
Hi, Corey Costello here, host of Roadrunner Rundown, Tuesdays, 10 a.m. right here on bakersfield.com. It's the official program of CESUB Athletics. We bring you inside the program with interviews with coaches and student athletes. Of course, everybody's favorite Corey versus. I mean, people like to see me in embarrassing athletic situations. And, of course, we'll have all the highlights from around the Roadrunners as well. So join us for Roadrunner Rundown, Tuesdays, 10 a.m. right here on bakersfield.com.
Current Business Journal contains news and information from local business leaders and organizations. Topics include agriculture, health and medical, energy, transportation, and more. Visit currentbusinessjournal.com to find out how to subscribe or where to pick up a free copy. To inquire about advertising in the bi-monthly Business Journal, call 395-7586. Find us online on Facebook and Twitter, as well as on currentbusinessjournal.com. Introducing TBC Mobile from the Bakersfield Californian. The most complete news, sports, weather, video, opinion, and lifestyle coverage in Bakersfield and Kern County. It's the easiest way to stay up to date on all things local while on the go. Read it on your smartphone or tablet. Download now by searching Bakersfield Californian in the Apple, Google, and Amazon app stores.
Introducing a new way to get the news. The Bakersfield Californian e-edition. It's not a website, it's the actual Bakersfield Californian right on your tablet computer, laptop, even your smartphone. All the news, features, pictures, and ads you're used to right at your fingertips. Now you can get the Californian on your schedule, anytime, anywhere, any place. Get your new Bakersfield Californian e-edition today. Visit eedition.bakersfield.com.
Save 50 to 90% with the Bakersfield Californian's daily deal featured on bakersfield.com. A daily deal is offered each weekday on services from local restaurants, dry cleaners, health and beauty services, retail shops, and local activities for the entire family. The daily deal is 100% local. Find these amazing deals only at dailydeal.bakersfield.com.
This segment of Open Up is brought to you in part by Abedaweed, the locally owned company that has everything you need for lush, weed-free gardens and lawns, from the smallest backyards to the property of the biggest businesses, and with top-quality equipment and products better than the big chains, and they service what they sell. Located on Rosedale Highway, just east of Callaway, across from the promenade. Be loyal, buy local, abedaweed.com.
This disease, learn out your head, 'cause I'm in
love. The Halloways from Tehachapi. Yes! They play a lot up there at the Sousa Ranch, up there, the Wine and Cattle Company, and every Friday evening it's called Wine Down. And a lot of times they'll be up there playing that. It's just great. It's
Really?
so
I'm
much fun.
so glad we have them on Open Up, Don.
All right, our next guest.
Don, we have Jim Williams with us today, and he is with Youth Financial Literacy. I found out about him. Someone called, and we were talking about different ideas for the show, and he struck a chord with me when he said, when I was young and maybe younger, he didn't know how to keep a checkbook. and manage his finances. And I thought, well, no one taught me either. So, and then Jim Williams and youth financial literacy came into the conversation. And it's about helping youth, teaching them good financial management. And so welcome to Open Up, Jim Williams.
You bet.
Thank you very much.
Tell us all about youth financial literacy. What is it all about? Who started it? And
Well, in 2012, I was serving as the Community Services Director for the Bakersfield East Rotary Club.
Oh, okay.
And one of the projects that I had in mind was to establish a youth financial literacy program for high school seniors and emancipated youth in the greater Bakersfield area.
Okay.
So in the spring of 2012, we had a district Rotary Assembly, and I sat in on the community services session of that assembly. And when the moderator went around the room asking the different directors what projects they were working on, the community services director for the Twilight Club mentioned financial literacy. And I thought, I'm interested in that same project. So during the break, we met and decided that our two clubs would probably get together, collaborate on this project, share our resources, and develop a youth financial literacy program. So in the summer of 2012, we met. Several members of both clubs met. We organized the program, and in January of 2013, we implemented the program. The program was implemented at Bakersfield East High School, Miramonte High School, and Covenant Community Services. Now, Covenant Community Services is the agency that handles emancipated youth.
Okay.
So that's why we kind of connected with them. The first year, we had 31 students total between the three entities to sign up and complete the program.
Oh.
The second year, we had 42 students. This year, we currently have 51 students enrolled in the program. The program runs for 8 weeks from the middle of January to around the middle of March. And then we have a graduation ceremony and present certificates of completion. Now, we also award small scholarships to students who successfully complete the program, $500 scholarships. But in order to qualify for those scholarships, the students have to attend 6 out of the 8 sessions, and they have to write an essay about how they would resolve a financial issue. And then the instructors evaluate those essays, rank them, and then we award the scholarships until we run out of money. One of the interesting points that the students made when during the recruitment process was, well, it's nice that you're awarding the scholarships, but that's not the reason we're signing up for this program. We're signing up for this program because we want to become more financially literate. So that was quite inspiring for us.
Yes.
The program is 501c3, nonprofit corporation.
So you can accept donations from the community. Okay.
Yes. We have received continuous financial support from the Bakersfield East Rotary Club, from the Twilight Club, Union Bank and Bank of the Sierra, and DB and Company.
Our own David Bass.
Yes. Wonderful.
And this year, we were very fortunate to receive a fairly substantial anonymous donation from anonymous donors.
Those are the best kind, aren't they? They come from the best people.
So because of that donation this year, we're going to be able to award several $1,000 scholarships, and we're going to award one $2,500 scholarship.
Wow.
Now, to qualify for the $1,000 scholarships, the students will have to attend 6 out of the 8 sessions, submit an essay, and obtain letters of recommendation from faculty, school administrators, or employers if they're employed. The $2,500 scholarship is kind of a contest between students at both schools, because there's only going to be one
Okay.
that will be chosen between the two schools. That criteria will require the students all of the other things that I've mentioned, but in addition to that, they will be expected to go out into the community and promote the financial literacy program.
Excellent.
Jim, I would be very interested to know if you've had any way of tracking any of these students that have learned the principles of financial literacy and have gone on to significant financial success. Have you seen that yet or been able to track it?
Well, our plan is to do a 5-year study once we get through that 5th year to try to contact as many of the students as we can, the alumni, and to answer that question. But some interesting anecdotes at this point. Several students have indicated to the instructors that they have been inspired to open up savings accounts as a result of being exposed to the financial literacy program. Several students have indicated that they've been able to resolve issues for their families on their families' behalf with local banks as a result of what they have learned from taking the financial literacy classes.
Impressive. For those who want their children to grow up and be financially savvy and smart, excuse me just a minute, and can't go through this program, like for my son, when he was just young, I just established a little box and a few envelopes and we gave him an allowance, and 10% of that allowance went into the first envelope for a tithe to any charity of his choice.
Oh, excellent, Don.
And then the next envelope was savings, and I think there was one or other 2 categories, and then it was his spending money after all that was taken care of. So at least he had that minimal habit. What would you recommend like that for families who are trying to raise their children to really be savvy?
Well, I think that's a very innovative
Isn't it?
approach.
Yeah.
And that families can easily adopt and put in place. Several of students at both schools, high schools.
Oh, and by the way, I just heard from my son, and he said he'd saved a year's worth of salary.
Really?
Outstanding. Outstanding. Several of the students have told us that they wish their high schools would offer more coursework in financial literacy. If you take a cursory look, for example, at the curriculum in the Kern High School District, you don't see a lot. You see very, very little in the way of basic financial literacy that's being taught. Some of the students indicated that they get a smattering of it if they are in an economics course.
But only a smattering.
Yes, and then that's not the basics of money management. It's kind of the theories of economics,
Jim, I have a friend who went through USC with a graduate degree in business. What is that? $200,000 to get that far, and didn't know the first thing about personal finance.
Wow.
Never taught it all along the way.
That's amazing. We only have probably about a minute or so left. Jim, can you tell us something about your background just really quickly?
Geez. Well, I was born in South America, Montgomery, Alabama, to be exact. Grew up in Virginia, early childhood. Moved to Los Angeles when I was in junior high school. Graduated from inner city high school in Los Angeles, Thomas Jefferson High School. Got my AA degree from Los Angeles City College, my bachelor's degree from Cal State LA, my master's degree from Pepperdine, my PhD from Washington State University.
Wow, how impressive.
I was a dean at California State Polytechnic University in Pomona, California. I worked there for about 17 years. I've been president at Spokane Community College, president at Arapahoe Community College in Littleton, Colorado. I got there about 3 months after Columbine, by the way.
Oh, wow.
It's a whole other story, but
yes.
Columbine is about a mile away from Arapahoe Community College. president at Modesto Junior College, and when I retired, actually had to go on disability retirement in 2006, I was chancellor of the Yosemite Community College District. So that's kind of a tiny bird's eye view.
Yes,
of,
thank you.
That
It's
is
really impressive.
And not only that, Jim Williams has the most honest face. I'd buy anything he was selling.
Jim, what are you selling? Are you selling?
You. Financial literacy is what I'm selling.
All right.
Wonderful. Chris, do we have a billboard, or I'm sorry, a full screen for him? Thank you.
There it is, Youth Financial Literacy Program. And let's see, youthfinancialliteracy.net. That's the quickest way to get to him, youthfinancialliteracy.net. Jim, thanks for being with us.
Thank you very much.
And let's hear some more from the Halloways.
Go on, turn me up when you hear me on radio. It doesn't matter much if you play it fast or slow. Oh, baby, turn me on when you hear my favorite song. Go on, turn me up real loud.
Current Business Journal contains news and information from local business leaders and organizations. Topics include agriculture, health and medical, energy, transportation, and more. Visit currentbusinessjournal.com to find out how to subscribe or where to pick up a free copy. To inquire about advertising in the bi-monthly Business Journal, call 395-7586. Find us online on Facebook and Twitter, as well as on currentbusinessjournal.com.
We've never done marketing. It seems to be a little intimidating. You don't know what's available. You think you're going to sell your first child or it's going to be really expensive to do. But Heather really described everything in a way that we knew exactly what we were doing. There was nothing, no questions about it. She was very clear.
I really enjoyed that Heather took her time to get to know us as a family, get to know our business. From anyone that I do meet, I like to get to know them.
We knew exactly what we were getting into, but really the results of it was far more than we ever expected. I think it brought us to the forefront of most people's mind. So they heard our name, and then all of the videos and pictures, the Bakersfield Life, put a face to the name, and they were able to connect that and know what our product was, but also know us as a family.
Because of the Bakersfield Californian and because of Heather, generated so much buzz about our restaurant that we couldn't have done it alone.
Save 50 to 90% with the Bakersfield Californian's Daily Deal featured on bakersfield.com. A daily deal is offered each weekday on services from local restaurants, dry cleaners, health and beauty services, retail shops, and local activities for the entire family. The daily deal is 100% local. Find these amazing deals only at dailydeal.bakersfield.com.
Bakersfield Life magazine is a monthly lifestyle publication that features local people, places, and businesses. It is available to be read on bakersfieldlife.com and publishes the last Saturday of the month with many convenient pickup locations. Find us online on Facebook or Twitter, as well as bakersfieldlife.com.
Introducing a new way to get the news. The Bakersfield Californian e-edition. It's not a website, it's the actual Bakersfield Californian right on your laptop, tablet computer, even your smartphone. All the news, features, pictures, and ads you're used to right at your fingertips. Now you can get the Californian on your schedule, anytime, anywhere, any place. Get your new Bakersfield Californian e-edition today. Visit eedition.bakersfield.com.
Train is rounding the loop again. It's coming in from far away. It's leaving again today. I'm a ride the Tehachapi train. Whistle, whistle, time to go into the sun. Whistle, whistle, ride that train.
Tehachapi train.
So there's a real Tehachapi train you can ride?
No, it's a route between Bakersfield and Tehachapi, up the mountain through so many tunnels, around so many curves, and the famous Tehachapi Loop, where the train circles back on itself, and it was built by Chinese laborers in 18 months. I mean, it would take today probably take 20 years, but 18 months it took to do that. I'm an old railroad man. You don't know that.
Tell me about it.
Working for the Southern Pacific and the Clinchfield Railroad, summers, paying my way through college, and anyway. But hey, I want you to meet these folks personally. Chris, we just want to turn over to them, and let them introduce themselves. Go ahead, guys.
Oh, sorry.
You're good.
We're Casper and Lily Holloway. We got Steve Harlock here on the drums. You can find.
Oh, the mic's off. Sorry. Okay.
The mic's off.
That isn't going to work. All right. Come on back. All right, Tina.
Okay, we'll introduce them in a moment.
We'll go on.
Okay.
It's the Halloways, Casper and Lily Holloway, and Steve over there with a last name I can't pronounce.
The drummer.
The drummer.
Yes.
All right. In fact, I've reserved this last segment because I want to interview Tina for a few minutes. And the reason is Tina has just returned from Washington, D.C., our nation's capital, and she has been part of registering foreign visitors, highly distinguished visitors from all over the world who came to attend the annual National Prayer Breakfast. A lot of controversy over that this year with President Obama's remarks. But that aside, Tina, first of all, how did you ever get involved in being such a important part of the National Prayer Breakfast?
Well, Don, we attended the Bakersfield Prayer Breakfast,
which is second only to the National Prayer Breakfast.
Yes, last Thursday in January, and attending that, my husband and I got so excited about being a part of making a difference with so many others coming together under one roof with the same banner of love over us. And then we heard about the National Prayer Breakfast. And of course, we like to travel, and we thought, let's go. We went and attended the breakfast where you do pay your own way, and all of your the accommodations and every travel, and so we went the first time, and we got to sit in on the breakfast itself, which is the first Thursday in February, and where the president comes in, and they have a musical group, and they have other speakers and so on, and a very light breakfast, like a continental style. And so we attended that, and you're meeting so many other people from other countries, a lot here in the United States. You never know who you're going to be sitting next to in a meeting or at a breakfast or a dinner. And after a couple of times of going to D.C. each year for the prayer breakfast, we looked around and saw the people working around us, and we thought, we want to do that. We want to work. We don't want to just sit here. I mean, this is wonderful, but we like to work. And my husband is a worker, as you know. And so we contacted the volunteer coordinators, and they were so excited. Yes, we'd love to have you. And we signed up. And so each year we go and volunteer to greet all the guests from out of town, or mainly from overseas or out of the country. And we welcome them sort of like a little welcome committee. Offer them coffee, tea while they're coming to register for the event, or water. And then we try to take not that it's a burden, but take that off of their hands to where they would have to go to the desk and register and show their passport, do all of that. We do that for them. And then, so while they're sitting and waiting for us at the table, which is only a few minutes of a process, we come back and present all of their papers to them, everything they will need, their badge and everything else they will need to attend all the activities for that week, the week of the prayer breakfast. And
so these are actually fleeting encounters with these visitors, but yet sometimes even those brief encounters have major impacts. Tell us about that.
Yes, and it could lead to long-lasting relationships too. And we have met some that, I really don't want to start naming some because I might leave some out. and who knows who's watching? Maybe you're watching. And
but you're talking to prime ministers and diplomats,
ambassadors. Yes, Don. Yes, and but when you first meet them, you don't know that. It's Dawn or Tina. This is Dawn. And, oh, hi, Dawn. Welcome. Please come on in. Let's have some tea or coffee or water, whatever you'd like, and so on. So I don't know you are an ambassador or whoever you are until I look at your passport.
Uh-huh.
So, and that's fine. They're fine with it. So it's first name basis, friends, and okay, thank you, Chris. And so we consider it something that we delight in doing, and we must do it. It's not. It's kind of like putting on your clothes every day. You need your clothes on.
Right.
This is something we must do. We need to do because we've been given so much over our lifetime and in our years, and so to give back like this, or I don't even want to use the term give back, but to help in this way, doing something good in the community.
Have you had distinguished visitors that have actually commented on the way they've been received by you and your husband, and what the impact of just that warm, heartfelt greeting that you extend, what difference that has made for them in coming to America and coming to this breakfast?
Yes, Don, I'm sure specifically I can't point to anything, but yes, there has been, when we're meeting and greeting and helping them, we're delighting in their company, they're delighting in our company, and they're just very thankful when they collect their papers and are ready to go, expressing thanks and, of course, smiles. Sometimes we're exchanging cards, business cards, and taking pictures and so on. So it's always very helpful for them. We've never experienced anyone that have said, never mind, I could do this myself, or this hasn't helped me at all. So
it's interesting that in just a few years, the National Prayer Breakfast has been emulated and copied around the world. There are now, at least at last count that I know about, there's about 80 international prayer breakfasts. In Kenya, for example, I have a friend who helps coordinate that and brings together all the leaders of East Africa, and these events seem to be having a healing effect on those who come.
And Don, we had before we went to Washington and before we had our prayer breakfast here, we had Doug Carter on the show talking about the Bakersfield prayer breakfast and also Washington, and it's something I believe the 30 seconds. Wow. Well, anyway, how fabulous. How about the band taking us out?
Let's take us out.
Yes, guys.
Tehachapi Train.
Okay.
I just wanted to let you know that we're Casper and Lily Holloway and Steve Harlick on the drums, and you can find us at www.casperandlilyholloway.com.
Freedom is something